All right. It's Jared here from Crypto Plan. How's everyone going? The heat wave continues in Ireland while the heat wave continues in lithium. Sell your EV stocks and buy lithium stocks. Yeah, that's the story there. You know what? There's all sorts of madness going on, all sorts of red going on, and the only constant thing I can see is that a couple of lithium stocks that I've been playing, I own some of them, I'm looking to get back into one of them, are doing well today. And they've been doing well and they're showing strength and that sector is showing strength. And I think that, this is the transition, this is where the money is going into the commodities that are going to drive the industrial revolutions that are happening, like I think the speculation on EV stocks is over. They're all in a bear trend, and the lithium, the raw materials that are going to power this revolution are not. So copper's had a good run. Silver had a little good run there, correcting, going to come back, and now it's lithium's turn. It's lithium's turn to shine. And look over here, and you can see the kind of the lithium futures market. There's not a lot of data there, but since this chart's existed, it's gone up and up and up. And in particular, I'm looking at Zinwald Lithium, so based on our breakout strategy, I found this stock, when it made a big move, and I probably sat on my hands a little bit thinking it would go up here, pull back to the 30-week moving average, and then kind of firing out of there. Let it run a little bit too quickly, and over the kind of 2 weeks there, it did a good amount of percentage, right? So really would have loved to have kind of had a cost base here, but in reality, I've got a cost base probably somewhere up in the 20s, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, somewhere around there. So I'm kind of break even, but the reality is that whatever downside that is happening in the short term, for me, something like this is all upside, because this is just the first move in an uptrend, or in a parabolic. I'm not going to say parabolic move. A move that is going to go multiple hundreds of percent, in my opinion. And that's because when it broke out on extreme volume for 2 weeks. It's pulled back, and now it's kind of correcting again. And I think you get a better picture of it on the daily. So this pullback day here was the one I was looking for it to happen back here, so it kind of stepped its way out of there. I sat on my hands, went up there thinking it would pull back more to get in here, when really I should have bought in straight away, let it run up, and then kind of bought in back again here. Instead, I've kind of just dollar cost averaged all the way around there. Probably not the extreme top, but bought some here and then dollar cost averaged on the way down, and then a little bit more today on the way back up, just so I've got a decent position, my 5-10% position of my portfolio. This is what I do with these stocks, and then scale out on strength and leave a little bit in there for if things go higher, right? So Zinwald has done 7% today. We like what it's doing. It's kind of made a run, a little pullback, another run, correction, found kind of a support resistance level. So this is our pivot line now, and then we're going to kind of potentially fire and out of there. And I'm going to actually go to the 15-minute chart just because I want to show you something. And what I'm seeing is when these things make a bottom, what I'm looking for. So when it was making a bottom, was it today? Yeah, it was today. This lot of buyers coming in, you can see this good green volume coming in after a bottom's made. That's what you want to see. If we move over to Premier, similar kind of story there, like it wasn't a bottom, it's kind of been in an uptrend, but when this big red drop came afterwards, solid green volume that's coming in there just to kind of push it on up there. And then Codal Minerals as well. You can see here that a great uptrend has happened over the last 2 trading sessions. More importantly today. Now I'm not as bullish on Codal Minerals because it's high at the moment, so it's far from its 30-week moving average. So I'm looking for a correction to re-enter. But still, you're looking at really good volume coming in on the 15-minute candles, and pushing price up there. Now, the reason why I'm not as bullish on Kodal Minerals is for a couple of reasons, and this is just because it had a good run. It had a really good run. If you look at the history of this thing, is that it's kind of got a pretty solid channel there, that an uptrend channel that it's been moving through. Hugs the bottom, spikes to the top, pulls back, hugs the bottom, spikes to the top, pulls back, sideways, sideways, sideways. Kind of weak attempt to the top, and then made it all the way up to the top again, pulled right back, and then it's gone to the top again. So it's hugging the top. It's doing something differently to what it has done. Where it was spiking to the top and pulling down and correcting. Now it's kind of doing this bearish move, if you like. Where a high, slightly higher high, slightly higher high, kind of like what Bitcoin has looked like, or any asset that's had good moves, and then people start FOMOing in. So this to me is that bigger money scaling out of their trades, and that new FOMO retail money scaling in based on fundamental news. So this will be a retracement. It'll probably won't break that all-time high, or the recent all-time high, and it hopefully will correct and find some kind of a halfway point between this upward moving 30-week moving average and the price kind of coming down there. So I'd like to get back in somewhere around the 0.2 of a pence there. Somewhere in this zone would be nice. So and the other thing is, besides today's kind of 15-minute volume and even the daily volume, there's not a lot going on there on the volume scale when you compare it back to something like Zinnwald, that's had a really recent good volume move. So I'd say there's probably money moving around the London stock market between all these stocks and playing them off each other a little bit, possibly. But either way, Kodal's the one that I'm out of, looking to get back in. Zinnwald just built a position in, and Prem had built a position in it and topped up the position on this dip. Looking for a big bust to the upside very shortly. Looking for it to tap the upper edge of this trend line here, towards the 1 pence, which would be really lovely to take some profits there. Now, I can't say that I'm watching any other lithium stocks, because these are the ones that I'm watching. But I do know, if you look around other markets, especially the ASX, I'm sure there's plenty of lithium miners that are having similar bullish moves, like good price action, and the same in the American stock market. I'm sure, in the Canadian stock markets, I'm sure there's lithium plays out there. So keep your eye out, search for lithium stocks, find ones that are hovering around their 30-week moving average, looking to break out, and looking for these explosive moves, because money seems to be piling in there. And where's it coming from? Potentially from people that are smart like me. And not that I'm rolling out of EV stocks, but I had played EV stocks, and they got high and now they're going low. The downturn 30-week moving average price action, bouncing off it. Did a video on Workhorse. Don't buy it. It's in a bear market. It's in a downtrend. It's probably going to get back to $5. Ride broken chart. Tesla finding resistance on the 30-week moving average. I think it's set its all-time high for the the medium term anyway. Can see this thing starting to roll over, and that if this is the leader of the EV market, the determinator, because this isn't above its 30-week moving average, you're going to find none of them are. Blink, the charging play, EV charging play, now going into a bearish trend. Harleon, bearish. Rolls-Royce, not really an EV play, but it seems to kind of react a little bit because of, it seems to be reacting like a car manufacturer. Duke Energy, not so much. Neo, flirting, trying to re-enter a bullish phase, but to me, the reality is it's probably seen its local all-time high at 65 there. Uber, not necessarily EV play, but I guess they're in vehicles, and they're looking at going to EVs. in a bearish trend. I think they've seen their all-time highs, their profits, their fundamentals are probably super cracked since COVID. But one thing I have noticed is that normal motor vehicle manufacturers, Mazda, which are probably getting into EV but still selling older cars, in a bullish uptrend. BMW in a bullish uptrend, tapping off the 30-week moving average trend. Toyota, very bullish. Volkswagen, very bullish. And we've got this Churchill Capital Corp, which is probably the most bullish of the spec EV plays, but it's still gone below its 30-week moving average. So we just need to be aware of what's going on, and that a shift has happened. And if you are in these speculative EV stocks, especially the ones that aren't making any money, you just be careful. Just be careful, and potentially go where the money is going. And it seems like it's the bits and pieces that are going to go into making it, and more importantly, the battery minerals. So for me, lithium is the winner of the day, the winner of the week, and the winner of the month. This is a rare thing to see, just a solid uptrend, or it's been months, nearly a year above its 30-week moving average, like Codal Minerals, Premier African Minerals, since February, been a solid uptrend, looking strong. And now Zinwald is our newest play. And look at my other videos, I've done it. I'm speculating on the fact that, one, it's lithium, but two, it's in Germany, and it's around, not only near the Berlin gigafactory for Tesla, but around a lot of other motor vehicle manufacturers, and in a chemical district where the products that they're making are going to be highly in demand, no matter who gets the offtake contract with them. So Zinwald is definitely one that I'm looking to see some really positive action in the future. All right, that's it for the day. Lithium is the winner for today. So hope you got a bit of value out of this, and you can see that, even on these red days, there's things that are going green, and it's because of the, not the fundamentals, but because the underlying asset is doing well. So therefore the stocks do well, and that's the reality of it, is that no matter what the stock market as a whole is doing, if a sector is doing well, the stocks that support that sector or are playing in that sector generally do well if they have decent enough fundamentals or there's a story behind them. So there's 3 lithium stocks there, and go and hunt your own, put your own in the comments. I'm sure there's plenty more out there, and let's share the love on the next big lithium play. Who's going to get the next big Tesla contract or whatever. So great times ahead for lithium. I've been Jared, this has been Crypto Plan. Bye for now.